This is Lagoon Radio.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the newspaper review here on Lagoon Radio. Yes, your number one online gospel radio station, powered by the Diocese of Lagos, Anglican Communion. My name is Taiwo Adeola Shabiole, and I have with me in the studio, Simidele Olabisi Oke Omojayi Ogidiolu. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
You do not add Onikonga Jipon. Good morning.
I am not in the mood.
I do mood.
I didn't mood this morning.
Whatever.
All right, so we're doing the newspaper review together. But in the meantime, you can like on Facebook at Lagoonradio.Ng, on Instagram and Twitter at Lagoonradio.Ng. We've got quite a number of papers here, but we'll try as much as possible to talk and touch the major stories here. I'll be starting with this Nigerian newspaper. At the front page, you can see Wike to PDP Southern colleagues. You betrayed me. The writer to that says, fault party for allowing Tambuwal speak twice during presidential primary. Article visits Rivers governor, other rivals for support. That's on page 4 of this day newspaper. This Nigeria. Kidnapped Methodist prelate Uche, others freed. That's on page 10. When I saw this yesterday,
It's actually a good news.
Okay, so
really.
now if people are going for priests, religious leaders now, because just 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, Venerable was kidnapped.
Yeah.
And now it's Methodist prelate. But thank God they have been freed. They have been released. That story is on page 10. Obi emerged LP's presidential candidate Utomi steps down. That's on page 6 of the paper. 500 fleeing Cameroonian refugees enter Cross River. That's on page 8. Also, Odige Oyegun chairs APC presidential screening panel. The writer to that, Tinubu, Amusun, and others appear before committee. That's on page 5 of this Nigerian newspaper. And at the bottom, we can see Okorocha to remain in EFCC custody, pleads not guilty in court, files 1 billion naira damages. That's on page 10. And on the front page, you can see the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party for the 2023 election, Atiku Abubakar, after meeting with the Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike in Abuja to close ranks. With them are former AGF Mohammed Bello Adoke, son, Chief Dan, Senator Olaka Nwogu, Senator Uzamere, Mr. Tunde Ayeni, Mr. Emeka Woke, ex-Ekiti State Governor, Ayo Fayoshe, among others. This was yesterday, and that's the caption on the picture on the front page.
All right, I'll be taking the Nigerian News Direct, and this is on money laundering. EFCC arraigns Okorocha, 7 others for 3.1 billion naira fraud. And that's on the inside. I think this actually happened sometimes last week when our dear ex-governor Rochas Okorocha was arrested by the EFCC in his house after several hours of drama as usual. So now he has been arrested. He has been linked with 7 others for 3.1 billion naira fraud. That's on page 4 of the Nigerian News Direct. And articles emergence will influence APC's choice, says Fanwo. That's on page 2. And I think maybe to me, I feel this could actually be one of the reasons APC postponed their presidential primaries, to know who will emerge in the PDP presidential primaries. Then they will now be able to make their choice. I think this game now is like a game of chess, really, and to me it's getting interesting, because anyone that would actually contest with Atiku, or anyone that would actually contest with Atiku in the opponent's party will actually be someone that has leg, hand, chest, and everything. So it's really going to be competitive. So moving on.
I don't think there should be much competition here. We have so many of them.
There might not likely be much competition, but you know, in the APC camp, we never can tell what they've been trying to weigh their options and all that.
Whoever is going to compete against Atiku, Now, there are a lot of them. One, and again, people are actually rooting for.
To me, I actually know two major people who can actually
that
stand.
people are rooting for.
Yes.
So
I actually know two main people
it's actually in a competition with them. So they are not in competition with
him. But Fanwa said his emergence would actually influence their choice now. So, and I think it's APC, they've been trying to play a kind of game, like really, like me and Aduna own face.
Games now.
Me and Aduna own face when they come for your back. Exactly. So we wish them best of luck anyway. May the winner win. Okay, moving on. Buhari Lord's Navy over Nigeria's exit from sea piracy list. That's on page 10. It's actually a good news as well. And the major headline is on 2023 presidential race as Jonathan Ngige Silva Emefiele miss out as APC screens Tinubu, Amechi, Umahi, others. So that's on page 3. And from the onset, Jonathan said he wasn't interested. So then Emefiele, that's the CBN governor, did he eventually resign?
Did he?
He was supposed to resign, really, because he missed out. Then automatically he's still going back to CBN. So I think this, to me, this is actually exactly. So he doesn't want to miss out in the two. Let's assume he resigned from being the CBN governor. He will now miss out in this one, so he will just lose 2 ways. So he's trying to play a smart one on us, really. But when they watch, when they sit down, he's trying to play a smart one. Or let me say he has played a smart one on us. Whatever, he is swear. Thus on page 4, NAFDAC nabs businessman for alleged importation of fake anti-malaria drug. And when I actually saw this headline, I questioned. I'm like, importing fake anti-malaria drug. I don't understand.
That's deadly.
I don't know. Like,
it can be killing.
Are you a pharmaceutical company? Or I don't understand. Really,
businessman.
We are the ones
there are actually limitations to businesses you can do. See, exactly. If you're not in the medical line, I don't see any reason for you to get into this thing because you're putting the lives of people in danger, and it's not really, really nice. Exactly. All because you want to make money for yourself.
That's selfishness. Selfishness of the highest order. So this one seems to be a good news, but I had my own question when I saw this modernization of customs services to generate $176 billion, says project chairman. Now the question is this: when the 100
that question?
No, I'm not asking you.
Okay.
So the thing is, when the modernization generates the $176 billion, I hope we will not still end up going to borrow money. And at the end of the day, you now come back and say you are arresting some set of people for money, for fraud. Let me put it that way, for a particular amount of fraud. Because at least this $176 billion, it should reach somewhere in our dear country, Nigeria.
Funny enough, you can't escape it. You have to keep borrowing. So someone was saying there's hunger in the land. People are complaining here and there. And then we have people, about 27 of them, thereabout, they had 100 million to get the presidential form.
Yeah.
Presidential form. That is just one person that would emerge winner. So now you have about how much? 2.something billion?
Yeah.
So where are all this money? All this money now, these people that have
Where are they entering?
Are we going to use them to settle our debt?
No, they'll use them to campaign for the others.
Nigeria, my country.
My beloved country. All right, anyway, this is actually a good one, but please let us see the effect of this money that will be generated. Thank you. Okay, this is on governorship election. IU tells state APC, stop daydreaming about PDP. IU tells PDP that stop daydreaming about PDP winning Osun. Okay. Anyway,
whoever is daydreaming, we're gonna get to know at the long run when the result comes out.
At least one person will shall win. That's actually the main thing.
Of course, yes.
That's actually the main thing. Okay, police arraign man for alleged abduction, rape in Benue. That's on page 23. And I think I saw the video on social media. Was it on Sunday night or so? So and this is actually really getting out of hand. Like it needs to be curbed. Apart from insecurity outside, even in your own house, your insecurity self is following everybody up and down. Oh, the Lord is in control. Okay, still on 2023. Okay, we've taken this one. Peter Obi is Labour Party's presidential candidate. And lastly, on Nigeria News Direct, Wike berates Northern gang up this 2023 presidential election. And according to yesterday, I learned yesterday that Aminu stepped down for Atiku. And I saw it was trendy. It was on the trend that Wike openly voted Aminu, expecting Aminu to vote him. But at the end of the day, Aminu voted someone else.
Can you imagine?
So, and to me, they're just trying to be their brother's keeper because.
And then when they say when you render a favor to someone, you don't expect it back from the same person.
That is it.
So you're expecting that much, and then you were betrayed. You were disappointed.
Exactly.
You were sidelined. You were all the names.
You were
We
heartbroken.
can call it. Yes.
Exactly. That's it. And
Your
to me,
expectations are too much for one person.
Tambuwal actually is Atiku's brother by state of origin. Let me put it that way. So, or by region of origin, they are both Northerners. So you can't expect a Northerner to leave his fellow brother that has been good to him all the same and come and vote you. So you shouldn't expect that as well. Just like expecting Fayoshe to vote, except if he now decides from his heart of hearts, okay, I want to vote someone else that is not from my region. So that one is left to him. But basically or primarily, you cannot expect someone from the south not to support another person from the same south. So it is what it is. At least after the whole stuff, they actually had a meeting. Wike had a meeting with Atiku and all that, and they laughed about it and all that. Wike even prostrated, greeted Atiku and all that. So now, this is what I want to try and bring out. All these, should I say, supporters that will be fighting each other up and down. These people you are fighting on their behalf, or these people you are fighting for, they are friends. Just leave them alone. Just allow them to use you as political pawns.
It's just painful as they have not realized.
That is it. Don't allow anybody to use you as political pawns. Borrow yourself some IQ.
Borrow yourself, then you can at the end of the still decide to dash it a bit. At some point in life, you need to borrow yourself. You need to lend yourself some senses.
Exactly. So that'll be all on a Nigerian News Direct.
I'll be taking the Nigerian pilot. I'll just take the ones we haven't taken before. NCDC confirms 21 cases of monkeypox in 9 states. Declares emergency. That's on page 5. There's a big one here. You'll pay dearly. Governor Wike Fium says Southern governors will pay dearly for betrayal at PDP presidential primary. Accuses Southern region of causing him to lose PDP presidential ticket. Describes Southern governors as betrayers who will suffer for their actions very soon. Declares that he is proud to have run against Atiku and made political statement. What an achievement. All of these you can get on page 8 of the Nigerian pilot. At the bottom of the paper, there we see 4 persons feared killed at Lagos called group clash rob residents. Yeah, I think I saw this video yesterday of a man. I saw this video and then this guy his leg has been shot, his bones are broken, and then we see bodies on the floor in the video. Like, oh my goodness, what is this? What is happening? And the primaries they did. This local government primaries they did. It was bloody at Lekki side of Lagos, Lekki Aja side of Lagos. That was also bloody. People were killed, and they had to eventually scatter the whole thing. It was not successful. May God help us, because this coming election, I pray for peace and unity,
Safety.
NECO extends registration period of 2022 SSC. That's on page 7. Sit-at-home groups activities in Anambra State. That's on page 5. FCT task force demolishes scavengers camp, illegal markets. All these people that used to pack iron. If you see them near your dustbin, see, funny enough, you come to a dustbin, do you expect to see iron there? And then you scatter the whole thing, you mess up the whole place. Who is meant to come pack it up? And then do you realize that these people, all these scavengers, do you know they steal?
Sure. They actually use that. In to disguise. Let me put it, some of them, or let me say most of them, they use that to disguise so as to gain access to wherever they want to. And even some of them even just come to spy on the environment
And then come
know
back
the activities.
later, yes.
Know the activities going around that environment and all of that. There was a time I was actually in Ibadan, in an estate in Ibadan. You see as they use cane and chase this particular
That's it.
and like, what are you looking for up and down? Like,
All these ones that comes to our estate, because something happened, was it last month? This woman, she parked a car in the afternoon around 2 p.m.
lost on Google.
Her car brain box was removed. She said she heard the noise. Of course, she thought probably someone was resting on the car.
Yeah.
And all of that. And then, there's some sleep that you cannot even afford to break in between. So
Actually, she will be like, it's afternoon, so everywhere
Nothing
is
can
still,
happen.
nothing can happen.
And then she came out. The brain box
Can you
was
imagine?
gone. When you see them, when you see these people carrying their big backpack bag and they are bent, know that they've stolen something heavy. You may not buy it. Even if they didn't steal it, if we can do a stop and search, you do a stop and search. It might be a stolen product, stolen goods that is in there. If it's something you buy, if it's a condemned iron, then we know that this one is heavy and all of that. But you need to be aware of these people.
Then I even heard of some that used to remove catalyst of cars, especially under cars. And according to the catalyst of those cars, the mechanics call it Indomie, car Indomie. And they used to remove it. They said it's very easy to remove. They'll just bend and there's a way they pull it out.
Very good.
So I don't know. So
They don't turn professional. So now, the task force of the FCT has demolished their camp in Abuja. That's on page 6. And at the very bottom, abductors of Anglican prelate demand. This is not an Anglican prelate. It's a
Methodist prelates.
I think there's something wrong with the caption.
Yeah.
That's that on that. Demand 100 million ransom as Khan urges Buhari to ensure his release.
Now he has been released. So I heard the news of his release yesterday.
This one, direct to the top. You need to release this person.
Yesterday. So
that's on page 6 as well. I think that's much you can take. Of course, you can see pictures of people on the front page. Okay, fear in APC over Oyegun's chairmanship of presidential screening panel. That's on page 5.
it's a comeback.
Clash here and
Come
there.
back, the clash of the titans. Okay, I'll be taking the Daybreak papers. Sharp read on the Nigerian pilot about 21 confirmed cases of chicken pox, and NCDC has actually said there's 66 suspected, not confirmed now, 66 suspected monkeypox cases and 1 death. I actually saw that early this morning. And Jonathan missing as APC screens.
Where did you...
What?
I was following what you were reading now.
Okay. Then Jonathan misses as APC screens 23 presidential aspirants. And I don't expect Jonathan to be there because he has said he's not interested.
Yes. And of course, you can't just say he's not interested. Even if he's not interested, there are ways to go in about things. You can't just switch. If it's that easy for people to switch, you know how many people would have switched.
It can vex now. Like weeks ago, when they started selling the forms, we actually, according to report, we learned that there are some Fulani communities who actually got the form on his behalf. So he now said he isn't interested because they just want to take the form without letting him know. So, Okay, and Salihu Lukman says Jonathan not yet a member of our party. So, and I don't think Jonathan has accepted to even be a member of APC yet. Also, Tinubu's team G3 as Oyegun head screening committee is actually necessary to be G3. Okay, this is on 2023. I was betrayed, but I will keep my word and support Atiku. That's on page 2 of Daybreak Nigeria. And who said that? Guess. Wike. Wike said
The man
he
really
was
felt,
betrayed.
betrayed.
Yes, he felt betrayed and disappointed, really. And he actually expected
He
more.
expected so much. That's it.
As human beings, they stop expecting
They
you.
let you down.
Especially when it comes to politics. Even people that got the form for you and push you down, oh yeah, go. You can reach the last minute.
They might not vote for you.
Can reach the last minute, they will just turn back and you'll be like, God, upon the investment I've invest. Anyway, it's actually a good spirit, really. Then moving to page 4, Cameroonian militants invade Nigeria, gone down 20. And still on page 4, customs rake in over 2 billion naira from private aircraft owner. And this is the same custom that they are this thing. It's I think I took that in News Direct that they are meant to generate $176 billion.
Yes.
Now you have raked $2 billion. We are calculating. I want to know where that money is going. Okay, lastly on Daybreak, this on page 2, more Buhari's cabinet members indicted in AGF Idris's 200 billion naira scam. I rest my case.
All right, moving on to Daily Independent. On page 6 of the paper, we can see gunmen attack Anambra broadcast station, burn vehicles and building. All right, so gunmen on Monday attacked Anambra Broadcasting Station Service, ABS, Awada Onitsha. The attackers reportedly stormed the station some few minutes after 4 a.m., burning a building and 2 vehicles, a company bus, and another vehicle belonging to a staff member who had worked overnight. So a staff at the station who pleaded anonymity said he witnessed the attack, having worked all night. So this one is on page 6, like I said. That's a disaster. Wait, what did the station do to you people? Is it that? I don't understand it. Really, it's not funny, really.
Yeah.
It's just one of those crazy things that happen randomly. Okay, moving on. Maritime crimes threatening opportunities to Gulf of Guinea. That's said by Buhari on page 29. Alleged 2.9 billion fraud. EFCC arraigns Okorocha on 17-count charge. APC Presidential Screening Committee gets petition seeking to disqualify Tinubu.
So,
all right, that sounds interesting. And of course, I want to find out on page 6 of the Daily Independent. Some southern governors helped deny region tickets, says Wiki. Still on the denial and the betrayal story. Article on reconciliation drive meets Wiki and Saraki and others on page 6. Aquarium Madu shops for party meets brick wall at APC. That's also on page 6 of the Daily Independent.
all right, because of our time, I'll just be taking the ones we've not talked about on Al Jazeera. And this is more heads to roll over 200 billion naira fraud. EFCC uncovered 17 properties linked to embattled AGF, arrest ex-governor Yari. And I think that's the ex-governor of Zamfara State. We read it yesterday that he was actually arrested. So I think this particular 200 billion naira fraud will be linked to a lot of people during this period and this ending time. Okay, this is on strike. ASUP, that's Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, end strike, direct immediate resumption to work. That's on page 11 of Al Jazeera. And I have here APC screens presidential aspirant amid tight security. And this is on JAM to screen 27,105 UTME results. And concerning the Cameroonian refugees, 500 Cameroonian refugees flee to cross river. says SEMA. And lastly, external reserves drop to $38.57 billion. Banks tighten forex assets. We took that yesterday as well. So that'll be all on the Al Jazeera paper.
I think this is where we draw the curtain on the newspaper review. I don't know if we talked about Austin Achi's husband. He has been charged.
We talked about him yesterday.
So
he has been charged with 23 count charge.
Yeah. So thank you very much for being a part of the newspaper review. Tomorrow is going to be another edition. You don't want to miss out on these. In the meantime, follow us on Facebook at Lagoon Radio Nigeria, on Instagram and Twitter at Lagoonradio.Ng, and also the news channel at Lagoon.News on Instagram, and of course on the website is at Lagoon.News to follow up on more news stories. My name remains Taiwo Adeola Shabiolebe, and
Olabisi Simidili. Okay, good morning.